Hey, chat. I don't know if you guys heard about this recently, but they brought back the amazing world of Gumball, and it's called like the wildly fantastical world of Gumball or something like that. I watched some of it, and I was like, I mean, it's good, but it feels weird because it feels like it's made specifically to target my age group. Which, yeah, I grew up partially with the show, but like, I don't know. The way they made it, the new series at least, the way they made the new series is a little weird feeling. I don't know. But we're gonna watch this video that I found about it.
I probably could have just titled this video what the name of the show actually is because it sounds so much like a video title myself or many others would use on YouTube. But here we are, the return of Gumball is here, only now instead of a Cartoon Network series, it's on Hulu, and because of that, now on Disney+. Man, we're living in interesting times. Now, the original Gumball series is one that...
Yeah, it was so weird to see a Cartoon Network show on the Disney Plus app. It was so strange.
Very specific place and time for Cartoon Network's legacy. It's a show that isn't afraid to be as weird and offbeat as it wants, and it seems like that will be the case for this new series, as the name has changed from the amazing world of Gumball to the wonderfully weird world of Gumball.
Yeah, that
embracing
one.
the craziness and unpredictability of the original series. Now, we've talked a little bit about the original series before and talked about how it kind of ends in a more dark and unsettling way, leaving us with a bit of a...
Okay, but the Amazing World of Gumball is peak kids fiction, and the new show is just completely different, despite the fact that they have characters and some of the plot lines are similar.
Cliffhanger, but also at the same time, leaving us with the perfect amount of what the heck just happened that only a show like Gumball could have pulled
Was
off.
that a human person?
Perfect amount of what the heck just
What is that?
happened that only a show like Gumball could have pulled off like it was.
He's ginger. Why is he a ginger?
So now, several years later, we have an actual continuation from that, bringing us back into the world of the show to see what actually properly continues, what has changed, and what we can expect going forward. As of July 28th, 2025, the first 20 episodes of the series have been released, with the other 20 episodes from its first season still yet to come, most likely releasing later this year. Let's talk about this new Gumball series and see if it has all of the good stuff that made the original series so special and fun, or not. So we're going to go through this batch of episodes and then I'm going to give my thoughts on them. I've been
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I watched like half of the season, and again, it felt not right. I don't know how to explain it.
excited to see what this Gumball team has been cooking up since that first trailer dropped. So let's get started because they dropped 20 episodes? Okay, they're like 12 minutes each, but 20 episodes? The first episode here, The Burger, has Gumball and Darwin learning about what the food they eat every day can really do to their insides, causing them fear over eating junk fast food, with the fictional Joyful Burger being something that they loved eating. But now, thanks to the shock horror that they witnessed in class, they begin to spiral down a rabbit hole of the food industry as a whole to understand one question: what can they actually eat? So first off, with this being the return episode since the crazy series finale, things need to get answered as to how we are back, right? With here in the show, we enter back in on everything just being covered in a layer of dust as Gumball and Darwin just brush it off.
It's such a funny opening, though. I gotta give him that. It was a clever way to bring the show back. Just everything would be like the same, but it's been so long that they had to acknowledge something.
Like the literal explanation that the show does, because they just go, oh, it's been 7 years apparently, I guess we're back, whatever, and then continue on. For the sake of comedy and for what Gumball as a series focuses on, I am all in favor of the comedy aspect being more important than having a scientifically explained reasoning for what happened. That's not to say that one day they could explore that, but with how crazy episodes from the show usually end, I don't know, it doesn't really matter. The initial episode really takes aim not only at how junk or fast food is bad, but climbing up the ladder of everything that's wrong with the food food industry. The stuff that is labeled as being healthier for you that is also bad. The fast food healthier alternatives are not that much better for you, and in most cases owned by the same companies selling you on going and getting fast food burgers. When it comes
I thought that was really funny though. That part in the episode where they have the guy who works every job turn around while there's a fast food restaurant and a healthy food restaurant connected together, and the guy turns around and just pulls the food from the other place and puts it on their plate and like prepares it differently. It was so funny because it's literally so true that's exactly how it works usually. Hold on, sorry.
Comes to the food that is truly good for you, it's too expensive.
I realized my camera was way too dark
before you're even home to eat it. All of that, albeit in very exaggerated ways, is shown and explored, all the way up to the corporate greed level, as the person on top here is this burger, who represents how the companies are making the decisions that make things the way they are. Also, this then turns into a whole joke about cutting to a commercial break, like this. Sorry, couldn't resist. But the break here in the show turns into a realistic fast food commercial, complete with the super HD shots of food being prepared that looks really good, with people enjoying themselves when buying and eating it. It looks like the most focus-tested thing ever. It's a mirror being put up to the world that we live in, doing so in exaggerated ways for the sake of the show, and so that we can laugh through the pain. And while I do want to keep this video mostly spoiler-free, I'll just say it becomes a partial statement and a joke.
I'm watching this after just eating McDonald's, by the way.
About eating the rich. It's a solid introduction back into the world of Gumball that feels right at home with what the original show was all about, while also bringing in a lot of new mixing of animation and even live action footage that is pretty fun to watch. Episode 2, The Assistant, is probably the one that you've seen the most clips from online based on what the show released so far to advertise the series being back, with this episode following Nicole and how, as the mother of the household, everything is left for her to do to clean up after and take care of for everyone else. So as this has just gotten worse and worse.
Yeah, they just straight up got into like things that we deal with in modern life, like finding what you need to eat and what you shouldn't eat. And then AI assistants in the very next episode.
Some help in her life thanks to a virtual assistant whose AI programming goes from a friendly pal that helps Nicole to full-on blaming the rest of the family as the problem that stops Nicole from living her best life. This episode could have gone one of two ways, either playing into modern technologies in the wrong way here, where the joke is pointing out the new thing and being like, ooh, this is weird and modern, how funny, right? Or in the better way of the jokes being created around the characters themselves and the ridiculous situations that they're in, while this more modern thing is involved. Poking fun at the whole virtual assistant aspect is pretty good too, showing how letting AI get involved in every aspect of your life and pretty much doing all the work for you being something that can sound nice and a way to optimize your life, but in reality it detaches you completely from that. From the first conversation Nicole has with the AI, it shows how much gassing up it can offer based on the programming it has, and how someone like Nicole in her situation can easily be sucked into it further. There's plenty more to dig into with this, but the episode plays it out in a way that is more comedic for everything needing to be optimized. So much so that what is holding her back from this becomes her family in the eyes of the AI. The exaggeration goes beyond this, as if the AI itself wants to only be with Nicole in their own virtual world with no problems or distractions, with this getting worse and worse the more Nicole wants to give time to her family. Plus, the rest of the family needs to learn about pitching in and appreciating all that Nicole does for them. It's a fun little take on the world of AI that we're currently in. The third episode, The Distance, focuses on Gumball and Darwin's relationship, as the two of them seem inseparable, so much so that it might be a problem, so their parents end up turning the basement
Let's see, I think this is... Actually, I don't think I ended up watching half of the show. I think I ended up ending at this episode. Wait, is he gonna talk about the whole thing? Oh. Is he literally gonna talk about each episode? I might have to skip to the end after this one.
Into a room for Darwin,
because I don't think I've seen the whole show.
As things don't go over so well from this. The episode tends to go a little too over the top here for how we see Gumball and Darwin's friendship, brothership, relationship, whatever ship, as the visuals we see are one thing, but the way this turns into Gumball spiraling without Darwin, going from this awkward and uncomfortable phone call bit between the two of them that is alluded to be something a lot more adult, to Gumball full on thinking that Darwin's cheating on him and breaking up with him, as we see him go crazier and crazier over this. It does feel like this episode was written more...
When he turned into an actual cat, that was such a good joke.
As we see him go crazier and crazier
bro turned into the Mr. Beast logo.
Over this. It does feel like this episode was written more so for a bit of an older audience and then toned down slightly to fit the ratings for a kid's show. Gumball has never been a show that isn't filled with more innuendos or adult themes for the older audiences who watch it to get. But I don't know, something about how the phone call goes between them in this episode really stands out, and not in a great way. It doesn't make the episode bad or anything like that. I'm only talking about it because it stood out to me and probably will for many others. If anything, this episode just made me miss playing Club Penguin because of the online game that they were playing. Episode 4, The Thing, has Richard trying to retrace his steps through his memory.
Oh wait, no, I saw part of this episode. And then I had to go to work. And then I completely forgot about this until I'm just now I was just reminded right before this that regular show is coming back. So I was reminded that this exists, and I was like, I should watch a video about this, see what other people think about it.
Remember what the thing is that his wife is menacingly hoping that he wouldn't forget about. She definitely has put the fear of God into this man, and thanks to the help of the kids, they discover that food is a gateway for their father to remember certain events. This then turns into a montage of trying to find the thing, whatever the thing is, as they continue to have Richard eat more of the food that he ate that day, only to keep presenting Nicole with the wrong thing. And look, there's even a One Piece reference. For this episode, we really focus on the relationship between Nicole and Richard, as we see how Richard's lack of paying attention or truly helping out makes things harder and more difficult for Nicole. Ultimately, I think it shines a light on both sides of how their relationships work, putting things in a more realistic light of her not being mad but just disappointed, which cuts deeper than just being mad, we all know that. But for Richard, we get to see that when things are like this, that he is trying
yeah, whenever your parents or somebody that you respect to or look up to says, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. Oh. My feelings, they're hurt.
he can to make things right. And while there are going to be ups and downs, I appreciate how the relationship is also shown in this loving way when they get a chance to not have the world around them cause massive stresses on them. Or more specifically, stresses on Nicole. Richard is a pretty great character for the fact that he is the underdog, and thanks to a couple other episodes coming up, we get to see more of how he really does try his best as a father, and how he has these inner demons that have held him back in life. There's some really good bits in this episode too, the cutting back and forth from Richard figuring things out to what everyone else sees in reality, or even at the start of the episode when he's asked to start roasting the chicken, and
wait, why do they have Giga Chad on here?
Everyone else sees in reality, or even at the start of the episode when
did they just straight up pull up a picture of Giga Chad on my cartoon show?
He's asked to start roasting the chicken, and, well, you can guess what he does. You know, it's pretty...
Oh, I remember this one.
Great, if not somewhat expected stuff. Now, for episode 5, The Butts, we get into another episode that definitely is a bit weird since it literally is all themed around butts, but knowing myself as a kid and knowing my peers around me at the time, butts were always funny, so
Yeah, I didn't watch this one. I'm gonna have to skip to the end to see his final thoughts on the show so far. Because I thought from the few episodes that I watched, I thought it was pretty good, but it's a little weird because it's not too exactly similar to the original show, so it's gonna take some getting used to.
Able to be her own person, and he should be sticking up for her instead of being a part of the reason why she's being suppressed. So now, after watching the first 20 episodes of the season, it's clear that you are going to be getting more of the same that you would have from the original show here. It lives up to the name of it all being weird.
It's really not the same, though. It's really not. I don't know how to explain it. It's just not... It's similar, it's not the same.
Extremely weird. And sometimes that weird pays off, and sometimes there are a few misses that didn't work for me, but I don't think it ruins anything as a whole. I was worried initially about the show following the tropes of other shows that come back that rely on just catching these characters up to modern day, where the humor is about how would so-and-so react to stuff like TikTok or VR headsets, smart cars, stuff like that. But luckily, a lot of that stuff was kept to a minimum, and even when it was involved, the comedy came from poking fun and criticizing showing where society is at with these things and the ridiculous way the characters are tangled in with it, rather than it being funny for something like Gumball wanting to make a TikTok and it's funny because he's just doing the TikTok. There's a big difference in how to handle stuff like this, and I appreciate how Gumball was able to find that nice balance of including things like this without losing focus of where the joke should be coming from. I really enjoyed how the show doesn't try to give you a real explanation for why things are back. It forgoes what you don't really need to be worrying about in favor of just bringing you back into the world of Gumball and having a fun time. I feel what would be most important would be nailing the tone that made the original show so special and building on with anything new from there. And it really feels
I fully did not even expect them to acknowledge it at the beginning of the show. And when they did, sort of, I was surprised. I was like, okay. I mean, you didn't even have to talk about it. For somebody like me, like, I didn't even need to know. I don't really care that much. I don't even remember the end of the original show. So, I guess I'm not the person they were targeting, but you know.
Episodes could have just been a season 7 to the original series. It understood the show that came before it and now continues it forward with more of what you'd want to see. The show has so many unique qualities to it, continuing to add in more fun animation styles and techniques that blend in the weirdness of the world so naturally that nothing ever feels weird or off. It just all works together. I genuinely believe that if you loved...
Was that the mom? Was that the grandma? But on the mom's side?
It never feels weird or off. It just all works together.
Never in my entire life have I ever seen this person.
I genuinely believe that if you loved the amazing world of Gumball, then you will love the wonderfully weird world of Gumball and what it has to offer. It never felt that they were just going back to reuse stories or plot points that have happened before. While it does have connective tissues like with Gumball dating Penny or even Nicole's rivalry with Yuki, it feels like we are still moving forward. It feels like Gumball's relationship with Penny specifically moves forward every time we deal with it, especially with the astrological love rock episode and then this final episode of the first batch of episodes. I appreciate the approach to handling these characters in both the...
My question has always been, what the fuck is Penny? Because I used to think she was like a moose or like a deer or something. But then she just came out of the shell as an astrological being or something. And I've always been confused.
Unrealistic ways that exaggerate the experiences they have, and the realistic ways of exploring who they are. The original Gumball show felt like something special, and I am happy that this new...
Was he just hitting the gritty?
...of exploring who they are. The original Gumball show felt like...
Was he literally just getting sturdy? What the fuck? Oh my god. They literally... All they did was update the show to have modern references. That might be why I don't like it quite as much as the original show. I feel like it kind of is trying too hard, if you know what I mean.
Special, and I am happy that this new Gumball show...
But at least Miss Simeon still has saggy titties.
Who they are. The original Gumball show felt like some...
See? Look at them things. Look at them things. Look at them things.
Special, and I am happy that this new Gumball show respects that and continues on with it. I highly recommend checking out the wonderfully weird world of Gumball. It was a pleasant experience, and I think you'll enjoy it, both if you already are a Gumball fan or if you've never seen the show. It's a very easy barrier of entry. The basic stuff you probably wouldn't know doesn't change the plot or how you feel about the characters. The necessary stuff is explained, and the rest is all...
What the heck is that episode?
I am very excited to see what the remaining 20 episodes of this season have to offer when they eventually come out, and when they do, I guess I'll be making another video then to give my thoughts on them. But you tell me, have you had a chance to check out these brand new episodes of Gumball? And if so, let me know your thoughts on them in the comments.
Is that a Kubo skateboard? Surfboard? Huh. You can't even see it because my camera's in the way. Up here. Interesting looking. Anyways. Sorry for interrupting.
Have you had a chance to check out these brand new episodes of Gumball? And if so, let me know your thoughts on them in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like on this video and to subscribe for more videos like this coming soon. But until then, later.
I wonder if Jordan actually skateboards or if he just collector skateboards. Anyways, W fucking video. Go subscribe to Jordan Fringe if you haven't already become one of the 754,000 people that have subscribed to him. If you're not, what the hell are you doing? Go subscribe to Jordan Fringe. He makes great videos. I'm probably not probably. I'm definitely going to continue watching the show. And I'm going to finish it at some point. I've just been incredibly busy as of late. And I just had to go to the hospital yesterday for something for my eye, so I've been very busy. So if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. I'll see y'all later.